setting up the PTL2. Remove the tail light cable and safety chains. Move the units to their final position and lower the stabilizer legs.
Decouple the master unit from the slave unit as shown.
If required, remove the wheel or use the wheel locking chains to secure them. Disengage mast pin and raise the light head up. The mast must be fully raised. Lock the safety pin on the mast into position and carry out a final check of the unit to ensure it is in a safe position and correctly aligned with the light head facing oncoming traffic. On the slave unit, open the control box and press the power button. The yellow lamps on the status display will flash, as will the yellow aspect lamp. Now at the master unit, open the control box and plug in the handheld controller securely.
Using the master unit handheld controller, press the power button to turn the unit on. The controller will go into a listening state for 10 seconds. If the communication is valid, then the TX and RS light will flash once per second. Set your chosen sequence times and operational mode. If no valid communication is seen, then check that the configuration of the unit is correct. You can do this by going into flash yellow mode, typing the code 887 and pressing the setup menu button. The blue dial between the amber lamp should also be set to the same number as its other units.
Packing up the PTL2. Turn off the master PTL2 unit by pressing the power button on the PTL controller. To turn off the slave unit, the system must be in flash yellow mode, and then press the power button on the status display unit on the slave control box. Ensure that the wheels are properly fitted and that the wheel nuts are correctly tightened. Check that any wheel locks are removed and stowed. Release the mast locking pin and lower the lamp heads.
Ensure that both trailers are level and connect the master and slave unit trailers with the off-road coupling as shown. Insert the pin through the coupling and secure with the R-clip.
Raise the stabilizer legs and swivel into the transport position. Lower the trailer to the towing vehicle by using the jockey wheel. Ensure the tow hitch is properly fitted to the tow ball of the towing vehicle and that the latch is in the lock position. Secure the R-clip to the tow coupling. The trailer hitch should not detach from the vehicle. Connect the safety chains between the master unit and the tow vehicle. Raise and swivel the jockey wheel to transport position as shown. It is recommended that the handles for the jockey wheel and stabilizer legs be rotated to sit on the trailer frame and not left hanging down. Connect the 7-pin tail light connector. Check that the tail lights are operating correctly. PTL2 two-way operation setup.
When two traffic lanes need to be interrupted to allow for plant to cross or to enter roadway, plant crossing mode. In plant crossing mode,
the unit is operated manually by a traffic controller using either the PTL2 handheld controller attached to the master unit or the PTL2 radio remote controller. From flash yellow condition, press the following keys in order on the handheld controller, 022 manual. The controller will display two-way man to show that the unit is now in this mode. At first, both ends of the system will display a green light. When traffic needs to be interrupted, press the red time button on the handheld controller or the all stop key on the remote. The system will now display a yellow light to both ends of the system, followed by a red light. The red light will continue to both ends until either the master green or slave green keys are pressed. The times between aspect changes can be customized in the flash yellow mode, or by pressing the enter key, followed by your required time and destination key. This must be done within 5 seconds. Note that the amber time should be set to 4 seconds for speed zones less than 80 km per hour, or 5 seconds for speed zones of greater than 80 km per hour. To exit shuttle mode, enter the flash yellow condition. Press the exit or clear key, followed by the manual key. PTL2 3-way operation setup. First, set the radio channels. For communication, set the radio channels to the same channel by using the blue rotary switch on the box behind the yellow lamp. Next, set the unit number. Set the unit number of all 3 traffic light units to the same number. To do this, go into Flash Yellow, type code 887, then press the Setup menu button. Type a number and press enter. Repeat these steps for each unit, ensuring that all numbers match. Next, we'll need to program the units. Start the following procedure with all units off. Starting with the Slave 2 unit, turn it on using the hand controller. Type the code 331 and then press the Setup menu button. Using the hand controller, turn the Slave 2 unit off. Do not unplug the controller. Turn the unit back on, this time using the push button on the status display. Doing this will make it a slave. The unit should now be set as Slave 2. You can confirm this by viewing the hand controller, which should say Slave 2. The hand controller can now be removed for programming the master unit. To program the Slave 1 unit, turn Slave 1 on as usual by using the button on the status display. No programming is required. To program the master unit, turn it on using the hand controller. Type code 331 and press the Setup menu button. The hand controller will now display the 3 lights on the screen. Finally, run the lights. Choose the mode you wish to run the 3-way operation in: timer, vehicle trigger, or manual mode. Once chosen, the lights should now be running. To exit 3-way mode, go into Flash Yellow mode, type code 330, then press the Setup menu button. Return the Slave 2 unit to its previous setting. Both the unit number and channel should match its pair.